What it do? It's your boy Two-Time Moto TV, and we back with another video, another DIY video. Today we're gonna be changing spark plugs in a 2006 Acura TL with a 3.2 VTEC motor. Yes, this is the family car. So I believe that the car probably has like 160-some thousand miles on it. Spark plugs never been changed. Still have the originals in there, and I'll show you guys the ones that I bought. So usually I'll buy what belongs in the car. So I got some laser iridiums NGKs. They was like $14 a piece. Very expensive, but it'll last us for the long run. I do have 6 of them, the same plugs, NGKs, and got some anti-seize here. You're gonna definitely need anti-seize to put around the spark plugs. I'll show you guys the application for that. But yeah, anytime you are changing something with the car, you want to put what belongs back in the car. Don't go cheap, or you may have problems down the long run, or you just may not get the full wear out of whatever you buy for your car. So that's what we rocking with today. And I'm gonna mount my GoPro up so you guys can see every step of the way that I do. Hey, how you doing? And yeah, y'all, so let's go ahead and get this project started. Say hi and bye to the fox. Come here, fox. Say hi to the camera, girl. All right, y'all, let's get started. All right, y'all, let's get started. Got my GoPro mounted up. Hopefully you guys can see everything well. First thing that you always want to do when you are working with anything mechanical or electrical with your vehicle, you're going to want to disconnect the negative portion of the battery. So this thing here has little tabs up underneath. The only thing you do, you pull up slightly, it has like little tabs. Hopefully you guys can see that, little tabs that go back in over top. And I like to go ahead and set out majority of my tools, starting from a 6mm all the way up to a 12mm. They are like the normal size tools for the job, for anything really. So I like to go ahead and set that stuff out. And let's go ahead and get this here off, this negative part of the battery off. Set that to the side, make sure it don't touch anything, ground itself out or whatever. That looks pretty good. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take majority of this stuff off, because I do have 3 coil packs and spark plugs in the back there. Hopefully I don't have to take the strut bar off, and I can just go ahead and get to it. But I'm gonna start by taking all of this stuff over here off. Hola. Just start by popping up all these clamps. Everything is just pop off. This stuff is plastic, so it is easy to break, so just be careful. Mine's I'm not too worried about, as long as I got 1 or 2 clamps to hold it to go back on there. A lot of this stuff is old and need to be replaced anyway, but if I don't have to break anything, I want. So set everything over to the side. All right, guys, so now that we have everything taken off that we need, these coil pack head screws are a 6mm. So get a 6mm hex head, and they might have a little bit of tension on them. So one thing you should have to do is break them loose. Sometimes they are a little tight like this. This one don't want to come back out, so just wiggle it a little bit. Or if not, there you go. You just go back to the tight position and just unscrew it by hand. Keep up with all your bolts, everything you take loose. So I usually like to set my stuff up here, make sure you don't have any holes or anything. I usually set my stuff somewhere where I know. right, there we go. So I just pop it loose, try to tighten it back, and then I'll be able to get my hex head out. Sometimes it just, things don't want to work out according to plan, so you just gotta mess around with it a little bit. No big deal. So also, another thing I done before I actually started this little job here is I like to assess the whole situation, see what I got going on, see what my first, second, third, fourth to my final steps may be, and I try to get it done as efficient as possible. So next thing we are going to need is a flathead. There are 3 little screws or 3 little holders here. You just turn it left one time like that, and then it should pop up like so, and then there are just tabs in the back, so the only thing you have to do is just pull up and get that cover right there off. Guys, I'll be glad when I get a garage, because it is mad cold out here, and you know, whenever you hit your hand or your fingers on something, man, it just amplifies the pain like 10 times as worse. So I'll be glad when I get a climate controlled garage, 2-car garage, where I could bring you guys more efficient videos, more videos. But sometimes I just don't feel like coming out here doing this stuff, man, because it'd be bad weather. But I do want to bring content for you guys at all times. But you know, sometimes it's hard when you have bad weather all the time. And that's North Carolina for you. It's like a rainforest out here. So I usually try to set my stuff back where they came. So this, I know how they need to go back. Now, along with this here, I may not be able to get this out, probably not. So what I'm gonna do, there is one bolt up under here. It should be a 10 millimeter. I'll take that bolt out. It's just a little bracket that's holding it. I have a 10 millimeter here, and yep, it is a 10. And it's always good to get the right tools for the job, guys. I got one of those like kind of ratchet wrenches, and that'll work wonders right here, but I just don't feel like looking for it. It's in my box somewhere. This was the first 10 mil I came across, so I said, why not go old school with it? Hopefully my GoPro don't die on you guys also. I am kind of low on battery. I do have to get another reservoir, which is this here. As y'all can see, I got it taped up for now. Checked it the other day, and it was melting. The lid was melting, so just have to go and get another one from either the junkyard. It's just the cap. As y'all can see, the cap melted off at the top, and the cap is actually still stuck up there. So no big deal, just a reservoir, but hopefully I'm not sucking in too much air or anything in there that's not supposed to be. But I'll definitely get that fixed real soon. So what we have here, we have an extension. I have a spark plug socket, and I may not need all of this every time. It may be too long, but we're gonna figure it out right now. Go ahead and put that on down in there. Get it over top, make sure it's locked in tight. Make sure you're going in the right direction anytime you are trying to take something off or put something back together. And once you get it loose enough, you should just be able to hand loosen it and bring it up out of there. Now, I do recommend getting a spark plug socket for this, and I'll tell you guys why in just a second after I bring the spark plug here out. Let's assess the damage. It doesn't look bad at all. I don't see any oil residue or anything. Still has the needle in the inside. It's not filed down, but while I already have everything off, might as well replace it. So All right, so if you guys can see, I don't know if y'all can see inside of that. I don't even know if my camera's focused on it, but it has like a little rubber bushing in the inside. So it allows the spark plug to basically lock into it just as soon as I put the socket over top of it. And it'll allow the spark plug to also be stationed and centered correctly when you are putting the spark plug back in the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these brand new NGKs. And another reason why I will go back with the original spark plugs is because they come pre-gapped. They come with the factory gap that you need, and I don't have to get a gapping tool, which I do have a gapping tool, but I don't have to gap any of these spark plugs because they come pre-gapped from the factory. So what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of anti-seize around the spark plug area here. I know some of you guys might be saying, well, your hands a little dirty. Nah, it's just a little grease, a little extra grease ain't gonna hurt none. You don't have to go around the whole spark plug with this, because once you turn it, it's gonna grease up everything. So just put whatever you got on your hand. I may put a little bit more, you know, just on one side of the spark plug. And then, yeah, like I said, you don't need to put that anti-seize around the whole spark plug or anything. All right, so as you guys can see what we have there, I'll grab my spark plug socket, stick my spark plug back in there. And on these Japanese motors, guys, is really good because you can't cross thread one of your spark plugs. It's kind of tough to do it. You really got to be just trying to go in here like this and do whatever to try to cross thread it. But it has a pretty significant slot for you to put your spark plug back in to not be able to cross thread it. That's what I like about these Japanese motors. All right, so I got it hand tightened. And some people, they like to torque their stuff down. I just like to get it nice and snug. So we can get this bad boy nice and snug one good time. You don't want to break it off in the block or anything, so that's good enough. And this can be a little issue with these spark plug holders because it likes to stay down in the inside of there, but sometimes you just got to mess around with it to get it back up. If not, what you can always do is loosen it one good turn. And yeah, sometimes mine like to be acting like this, so I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it all the way back out. I'm not gonna put the spark plug socket all the way over the spark plug while I tighten it down. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring it up some. Yeah, cause she tight in there. Look at that, I can barely get this mug out. All right, so I stick it down there on a little ways. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing on camera, because I don't know exactly my camera position right now, but hopefully it's where you guys can see everything that I'm doing. All right, that's one. And here we go again with this. All right, so if you do have that problem, I thought I had another straight pair of these, but I can probably just grab it. You gotta utilize what you got sometime, y'all. Sometimes things don't work out according to plan, so you just got to utilize what you got. And there we are. At least I do know that that spark plug is down there and good and tight. That's just the only thing about these spark plug sockets. Like once you get it on there, it's just like it's a little tough to try to drag the spark plug back out. But you know what? No worries, man. There is no kind of such thing as a perfect mechanic or anything like that. You know, mechanics all the time got to use different tools to, you know, make stuff work. So that's just what we had going on right there. All right, once you feel like that it's loose enough for you to be able to turn it by hand, you do so. I can tell this one is a little seized up in here, but no big deal. Put some anti-seize in there as soon as I get this old one out, put the new one in. That one doesn't look as bad either. But these are actually a lot better spark plugs than the factory ones. Yeah, they are factory gapped and is what the car calls to run, but these are a little bit on the performance side. So hopefully I get a little bit more action out of them. That's always a plus. A little bit more responsive. Good girl. Good girl. You see somebody? All right, go ahead and put the spark plug in there like so. Yeah guys, so instead of running my whole GoPro battery dead, y'all get the whole gist of changing the front spark plugs. Y'all see my socket set up, y'all see what I use to actually do it with. I'm gonna move to the back just as soon as I get these two spark plugs in, and I'm gonna show you guys what it'll take to get the back done, because as you see, she is back there. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a cord pack, there's a cord pack over here, and there's one over here. So it's gonna be a little challenging, but I don't want to take this bar off. I don't want to have to take this strap bar off. A lot of guys do, but I'm gonna try my best to work around that. So yeah, y'all stay tuned, and y'all will see what I got going on for the rear. All right, y'all, we back. We got the rear 3 cord packs taken off. The same uninstallation, if that's even a word. The same applies to the back as it did with the front. You got your 3 head screws, 6mm, and that is also for the rear. So you just unplug the sensor and take the cord packs out. So you're going to want to mess around with your sockets and your extension. Earlier I had 2 extensions on in the front here. This time I'm only using 1, along with the same spark plug socket. Simple fact is for clearance purposes. So you may want to invest in one of these swivel sockets here. This thing right here works wonders. So if you guys, hopefully you guys can see it, but slide this mug right on in there like that. As you can see, it's almost like a L shape now. Only thing I gotta do is just push back on it like this, and boom, should drop right on down in there. So I should have enough room with that. Go ahead and get my lefty loosey going, because when you are at odd angles like this, you want to go ahead and make sure that your ratchet is exactly set where you want it to be set, so you aren't over tightening something or loosening something that you don't want to loosen up. So hopefully I got enough room, guys. She is pretty tight, it seems like. There we go. Yep, she's breaking loose. Get a couple more little turns. That's where the anti-seize come in place at. These spark plugs won't be this hard to take out next time. Alright, that should be good enough without this ratchet on there. Hopefully. Yep. Well, let me give it one more turn so I'm not straining myself. This bar being taken out would be a good idea, but I mean, to go through all that trouble having to put it back in and stuff is really not even worth it. So I'm gonna work around it. There's always two ways to skin a cat. There we go. All right, then I'll bring her back out with the same L sheet that I put it in with, like that. Booyah. And there we go. Yeah, all of these spark plugs still look pretty good, guys. So, like I said, it's one less thing I have to worry about for like a whole another 120-some thousand miles. So go ahead and get that knocked out right now, and I ain't got to worry about it later. Any problem I had with the car from here on out, it definitely ain't gonna be the plugs, I'll tell you that. So you can always eliminate one thing before something else go wrong. You be like, well, you know I did change that, so it can't be that that's going on. Which there's nothing wrong with the car at all. I don't have a check engine light or anything on it. I just like to change stuff, do my own tune-ups and stuff when it's time for it. And this one is well overdue for it. I can tell a little lack in performance. Maybe it's because of that cap on the radiator reservoir. Maybe because I'm getting the air in there somewhere. I don't know. These rear ones, I kind of want to be careful because I don't want to get this thing stuck back in there. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna probably go ahead and pull this rubber piece out. This rubber piece do come out and go back in, so I may pull that out for now. There we go. It ain't nothing like a little rubber boot that your spark plug just sit in, no big deal. I do not want to get this thing stuck in the back there again, so the only thing is now is when I do put this back on there, I basically have to drop the spark plug in the hole, so hopefully it lines up and don't push down this top here, which that top is pretty strong, so you'll really have to shove it on down in there and don't line it up right and put pressure on it for it to mess up the gap or whatever. But I'm just gonna slide on in easy. There we go, no big deal. And then go back in the same way, like I did at the beginning. Make sure that she's on the spark plug, and yes she is, and tighten her down. Yeah guys, don't ever take your stuff to a mechanic. If you are watching this channel, Two Time Gang, I try to show all DIYs as much as possible, man. Like I said, there is always easier ways to do things, different ways to do stuff, but I try to make it as simple as possible for any and everybody watching my channel. So yeah, you guys out there that do work on cars, y'all probably do stuff a little bit different, or you probably do it the same way that I do it. Like I said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So there is really no right or wrong way, not unless you're just doing it completely wrong and messing stuff up. And that is definitely not the case here. So yeah, I greatly appreciate if you guys comment down, you know, for suggestions or whatever. If you really don't have any suggestions and just want to be talking just to talk, just act like you know everything, then you know you can do that too. It really don't matter. Any little bit of information is helpful information, to be honest. I'm one of them guys that really don't care about what folks got to say, man. You know. Now, if you just being a complete a-hole, then yeah, you know, I'll comment back and let you know how I feel about it. But other than that, nah, man. I mean, if you just giving suggestions, I ain't want to get butt hurt to say, oh, you're doing stuff wrong or not. You know, hey, you can always learn, man. That'll just make me a better person at the end of the day. But everybody don't have that mindset, so you have to watch who you actually piss off or say stuff to nowadays, man, because people are not playing no games with folks anymore. All right, so left it loosey. Almost. Come on, baby. Almost. Yeah, that's where the anti-seize is gonna definitely come into play. I might should have put that boot back in here, because now I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get this daggone spark plug back out. So let me go ahead and put the boot on there now. That's one good thing about the boot, is that you can get your spark plug out, but when you are trying to get your socket back out, that'd be the hardest thing. But I am pulling the spark plug out right now, so it's a good thing that the spark plug and the socket comes out at the same time. So just shove that back down there like so, and ain't no big deal. All right. Yeah, so any of you guys working on these side mounted motors and stuff like this, you really don't have to remove a lot of stuff, man. A lot of guys will tell you, yeah, you know, it'd be best if you remove this and remove, man. Yo, analyze the situation, try to do the bare minimum as possible, because the more stuff you take off, the more stuff you got to realign and get back perfect to put back on, man. You don't want to have to do all of that. Like this front bar right here, I don't know if I hit a bump one time, or if the previous owner before this hit a bump and it jarred this up and then was in a bind or something, you know. I don't want to have to be messing around with that, taking it off and putting it back on. So the less you got to do, the better off you are. And boom, there we go. Hopefully y'all can see that. Hopefully this is not a bad video, y'all, of it recording. Like I said, I got the GoPro mounted on my daggone head right now, and I can't see what my video look like. Now I could pull it up on my phone, but I deleted the app because the app was messing up. So I'm gonna wait till they come out with an update for that and then get that back situated. All right, so I took that back out. What's going on, brother? Yes, sir. How about yourself? Hey, see you got some new going on in there. Oh, okay, okay. Hey, I understand, bro. I know how it is. Hey, you have a good one, all right? Yes, sir. Yeah, so we're gonna put some of this anti-seize on here. Make sure y'all don't forget to put the anti-seize, as y'all can see how hard the spark plugs was to get out of there. You can hear it like making a little like noise the way she just irritated. But yeah, make sure y'all get your anti-seize on there. I know y'all like, why you wiping that on the concrete? You got your dog right there, man. Look, I done trained that dog not to mess with stuff that she not supposed to mess with. Not unless I tell her to go get it, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, which I would never do. But I'm just saying, like, she know not to do stuff that she got no business doing. All right, so we'll drop that back down on in there. And guys, I know that y'all probably think, you know, like, oh, is this the only motor that can be done like this? Nah, man. I'm just letting you guys know that it can be done without having to take a lot of stuff off. If you guys go and look at some other guys' channels that may have done a spark plug change on this Acura, I don't know because I've never watched it, but I will go and watch it after I post this video to see what other people did. To see if we did anything similar or whatever they did. But I know a lot of guys, they would have told me to take this bar off and take some of this other stuff, these plugs and stuff off back here. Yo, you do not have to do all of that, man. Just take your time. And this goes with any car that has like hidden stuff that you got to get to. There's a lot of cars that got spark plugs hidden in places the way you might think you have to take some stuff off. But if you had the right tools and then you analyze what's going on and figure out a way around it, man, you can do anything, guys. Trust me. I still owe you guys that video. My last video, I was talking about it about what I engineered. And yeah, I still got that video coming after this video this weekend. So I want to show you guys that anything's possible, man. You might think certain things can't get done or there's no way around certain things, but yo, I'm gonna show you guys that anything's possible, man. Let me get this hand tight. Make sure good. Now I gotta do the other one because I only just stuck that one in there. I was just gonna put all three of them in and then go back and tighten them all down, but I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that one while I'm here. And then we only got one plug left, guys. I know it's probably a long video, but I'm gonna see if I can't chop it up some. You guys get the gist of what's going on. I can't wait till I get a garage, yo. Well, I got one over there, but that's the one car. I got my bike and stuff in here, all my tools. There's really no space to put a daggone car in that mug. That's good. On to the last one, guys. And then we're gonna give a good old start. See what we got rolling. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the vid here. Y'all got the gist. I actually put the hardest two ones in, which was the ones to the far right. The one to the left is fairly simple. I can get to that easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video off here. But as soon as I come back and get everything bolted back up and put back together, then I'm gonna start the car up and we're gonna see how it sounds. So y'all stay tuned for that. All right, y'all, I'm on the other camera now. All 6 spark plugs are changed. We're gonna crank her up. As y'all can see, all 6 of them are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All of them are still in decent condition. I mean, they aren't bad, but we're gonna crank her up, see what she sound like. She should idle at 1K. So let's see what we got. Hopefully my hood don't shut on me by cranking the car. She's idling at 1K. And she sound pretty good. I should have gave y'all a crank of the car before I actually started the vid. Forgot to do that, but it did idle kind of poor. A little shaking in the car, seemed like it was misfiring, but I never threw a code for that. But sometimes they can either be your coil packs, the spark plugs, unaccounted for air coming in. For the time being, I put some more tape down on that. I'm gonna order one today, nothing but a reservoir. So any unwanted coolant or any coolant that flows into the motor that is probably over full, it'll flow in that reservoir and it'll just keep getting reused. But yeah guys, that's another DIY knocked out. Hopefully you guys that didn't know how to change spark plugs, hey, don't feel bad. We all got to learn from somewhere. Hopefully you guys learned something today. Yeah, my video today is probably a little bit long, but it shows y'all step by step of everything that needs to be done, especially on a Jap motor. I mean, I believe on like the American cars it's a little bit easier, such as my Crown Vic. Spark plugs are fairly easy to get to. But yeah, you can do the work yourself on any car. Only thing you gotta do is just analyze the situation before you actually put your hands on it, and everything should work out according to plan, guys. Just take your time. Like I say, with any DIY project that we do, we gotta just take our time and learn from our mistakes, and we can't do nothing but get better. You know, the more projects that you knock out yourself, the more experience that you'll get under your belt with doing stuff. So yeah, hopefully it was positive motivation for y'all, man. I always try to stay positive. And we almost at 1K subs. So those sub woofers, if you guys check out my last couple videos, I'm doing a giveaway with 2 12-inch kicker comps. They are brand new, ported box. It's in a kicker box, and yeah, very loud speakers. You guys can check out the RMS on it. They're not cheap. So I am doing a giveaway with a dedicated subscriber. I already got one in mind. So you guys that are new to subscribing to the channel, I will have a lot more giveaways in the near future, and I'll probably do it the same way. As we get up to like 50K or like 100K subs or something, you know, later on down the road, then I may do like raffles and stuff like that. But for now, I don't want to skip over any kind of dedicated subs, man, that watching all my videos, that comment, that show love to my page and all that good stuff, guys. So yeah, y'all stay tuned. Two-time Moto TV is out. Another DIY knocked out. I will be coming with another video this weekend about something that I engineered in the house, guys. Yeah, so stay tuned for more content. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification for future uploads, guys, and appreciate you rocking with me. Peace.